was not playing nicely, letting me go into landscape orientation, even though I had already selected it. But we got here. I'm sorry for being a few minutes late. Hello, my name is Ellen Woodbridge. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia. I am on the east coast of Australia, about an hour's north of Sydney, about an hour north of Sydney. Let me say my words correctly and use the correct grammar. I hope you are all having an amazing Thursday, and I'm so happy to have all my people live. Hello, Monica, Margine. Hello, Miss Glenna. So nice to have you guys here, and Sheila as well. That is awesome. Thank you all for joining live, and hello to all my replay viewers. I would love you to say hi as well in the comments so I know you are here. Hello, Joanna. How are you? I am doing a continuing video. My comments are all really weird, so I've got to look over at my computer. Hey, Lisa. I am continuing what I made on Tuesday on my live video. And on my live video, we were using the Joyful Specialty paper. And the specialty bit of it is that it is foil. And out of the 4 patterns that are in there, we used 3 on those 3 cards. But I didn't use the wood grain. So I thought I would use the wood grain with the Ringed with Nature set. So you've got your nice poinsettia, you've got your wood ring. This will be a stamp set that I keep because I'm a Woodbridge and my team name is Wicked Woodies. So these kind of wood sets I keep. Now this does go with the, I don't even know the name of it. I want to say it's Ringed with Nature, but sorry, stuff's falling on the ground. It does go with its own tree rings. It has its own dies and embossing folder. So they are a hybrid set. And I had a funny feeling. I had some scraps, and I do. So I went through my use it up box and I have some pieces. Now, I know these are soft suede and soft suede doesn't exist anymore. And these are probably, no, these are crumb cake. But I thought we could use these on the card. I've got 2 of each, and I thought we could just get them used up even though this color doesn't exist anymore. And the other thing I found was a pre-blended background. It's a card. So I thought, I'll grab that out and see if we can use that as well. Who else has come on? Hello, Bev. Hello, Elena. Nice to, -1. Ouch. That is a bit cold. I'm sorry you have -1. We did have 36 degrees earlier in the week. I think we had 32 the other day. It was 19 degrees yesterday. And I think it's meant to be like 22 or something today. Our weather does not know what it wants to do. But that's okay. We're just riding with it. I'm wearing some sleeves that I can scooch up or scooch down depending on how I'm feeling. Dressing for the weather. Thank you for sharing the video, Bev. I appreciate it. So I've got the dies. I've got the stamp set. Actually, does Ringed with Nature go with this? I don't think it does. Is this a standalone die set? But I thought these went. I think this is a standalone die set. I don't think it actually goes with anything. Hold on, I've got the catalogue right here next to me. Flick, flick, flick. Flick, flick. It's called Tree Rings. Hang on. Yes, It does go with the Rings with Nature set. So they do coordinate, but they are not in a bundle. So good. My brain is switched on. I had a funny feeling I wasn't switched on there for a second, but there we go. And I should say, welcome to November. I have not printed out my November hostess code yet. It is done, but I did it last night and I didn't share it anyway. It was one of those days yesterday. Yes, thank you, Mon. Thank you, thank you. Yes, they do. They do. Yeah, I got there before you guys got there. Thank you for backing me up in my brain. I like it when my brain works sometimes. Only sometimes. Okay. Trying to avoid a crafter lunch next to me here. So I have paper, I have stamp set. Let's flick around and work out where we're going with this Christmas card. So we're definitely going to make this a Christmas card. So let's see, and you can join me for this ride because I actually have zero ideas for this card at all. So we're just going to see what we shall see. 2 hours. That's not far. Okay, sorry. Oh, I was on the phone before I came on live, and I thought I was a lot more organised than what... Okay, just so unorganised today. But we shall get there. Let's see how we are over here. We go a little more... Sorry, I've got this same issue that... There we go. I have tightened up everything on my stand, and it's kind of a blessing and a curse at the moment because I can't just easily move things. And they're like David tightened up, so I can't untighten them, as that may be. Okay, I'll go get the overhead light and we shall start. I almost turned off all the lights, so lucky I didn't leave us here in the dark. Ah, nice. I'm so glad. Oh, I thought someone said Bensville, not there, not Bellevue. They're going, Bensville's not far from me. What? There you go. Crazy, crazy. So we do die-wise. Going with this, we have these two go together. So this is for, or this outline is for the emboss and cut, which I've already done. So you can do that in one pass. And the other thing you can do is you can further cut out these middle pieces with these individual dies. We also have the wood splits that we can die cut in the middle, and then we have all these sprigs. We have acorn, mushroom, bottom of the mushroom, and we have, as I said, all these sprigs. So I'm not quite sure where we're going. I know I want to use the poinsettia, and I think I just need to know from you, what colour are we going to do the poinsettia? I know there are some pink ones in the world. I know it's not Christmassy, but I'm in November denial as well. It cannot be Christmas next month. I am not ready in any way, shape or form. Yeah, I still technically haven't finished the school journey. So Owen has his sign out on Monday. So that's where they have to go back to school and officially sign out, make sure they've given all their resources and books back. Owen will be picking up his art pieces. Yeah, all of that fun. I'm not sure, but these pieces may just be big enough. I am going to, no, they're not big enough. Grab this piece. These scraps will be good for something, but just not good for what we want to do right now. Cherry cobbler, Sheila. I may use stamped off cherry cobbler. I may use both, like full strength and stamped off. But you got there first, so we will do that. Do you think if I popped in a pink one? Now, by pink, I'm talking Bubble Bath, because it is my favorite pink at the moment. So cherry cobbler, we've got these pieces. We're not using these right now. They can just stay there. Let's get this on a block. Oh, I love we've got this heart as well. I always forget that there's a heart in this set. I quite often think, oh, a heart would look nice, but I never actually pull the trigger as such to using a heart. So I do just need, because I have no idea where all my other scrap pieces are, so we'll just grab a whole new one, because believe it or not, my area is fairly tidy. Oh, for snowfall yesterday. Yes, they do come in a wide variety. They absolutely do. But the Christmas ones that we know and love are actually red. Okay, so you said sure, Sheila. Now, I'm not doing like a one sheet wonder or anything like that. I am literally stamping these to cut out. So I've got one full strength, and then let's go one stamped off. So there we go, they are stamping beautifully. I'm going to do a really quick stamp off, just so it's a bit, so you can see a quick stamp off gives us a darker shade, even though it's stamped off. So you can see these two, from these two to these two is the same, but the quick stamp off on our scrap paper gives us just something a bit darker. So I think that's enough. I say that, we can always go back and stamp more. Mauve ones. White is a little bit hard to do with this stamp set, and I don't have a die that goes with it. Previously, when we've had stamps and dies, the white ones have been very, very easy to replicate. So yeah, I don't know of anyone in my local area. Someone can definitely, oh, hello Linda, long time no speak. And I thought I was a lot more prepared than what I was. But that's okay, we're here now. We're hand cutting. I'm sorry I'm going to subject you all to this, but it is what it is when you don't have dies. Because all we have, where did the dies run away to? There's no die. I wish we had a die for this. But I do like the wood round dies. There is certainly nothing wrong with the wood round dies, but I'd love one for these two. These two in particular, I would love. The rest of them I think I'm fine with, but yeah, let's see how many. I may just cut out 3 to start, so do our, this one, which is our full strength, and then our stamped off, and then our light stamp off piece. So it's nice you can get the variation of colours just from one inking. I do not, lucky for you, those, I don't love to fussy cut. Can I ship all my fussy cutting out to you, Linda? I drove by your street enough. I'd be more than happy to drop it off. I'm not sure what it'd cost me, but we could negotiate. I'm sure of it. Okay, and then I'm thinking definitely maybe die cutting a couple of these out for some greenery, because flowers and greenery, although they tend to go together, but I did make a floral card recently that actually had 0 greenery and it looked fine. No, it's not good for me. Oh, I may do an awesome job, but it doesn't mean it's my preferred hobby. It is far from it. And these are going to be a little bit rough. So I'd say the biggest trick I talk about the whole time is, and I really am doing this here, is you turn the paper rather than turning your scissors. So I'm just opening and closing my scissors, but I am really turning the paper to get that nice smooth look and slow. When I was going fast at the start, it's really jagged. This end is looking fantastic. So when we get to the corners, we do need to maneuver our scissors, but yes, just turning the paper and not your scissors definitely does help. Yes, this one, yes, it would make good gumdrops, Bev. That is exactly right. And you even get the little embossing on them. You can see the holes. You get really cute embossing on those, and you get all the embossing on the leaves as well, which is actually really, really pretty. So I wonder if I can bully my husband into going to Grandparents' Day this afternoon, live on video. I don't think I'll change his mind. We do need to pick Frankie up this afternoon, but I don't think I'll be able to get him to go. That's okay. I think I promised I'd take him to the shops and get his hair cut, because he's looking a bit Santa Bushman-ish at the moment. It's very sad when his phone, when he like with the spatial recognition, I don't know what it's called, but when you put it up and say, what are you looking at, and your phone tells you you're looking at Santa and it's your actual self. So David doesn't like his hair now to get too out of control, because he was quite affronted when his phone called him Santa. I thought it was quite funny. Hey Bev, how are you? Hang on, other Bev, when did you come in, Miss Evans? You must have come in just then. I haven't missed you. Good. I know. I laughed. I did laugh when he told me, because we'd been gently saying, please cut your beard. He'd go, no, I like a bushy, blah, 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 until Siri called him Santa. And he's there going, no, I must keep it orderly and not long. I can't be called Santa. Although it would make an easy Santa photo of Franklin and the kids. I don't think I can, I'm not sure if I can convince the adult children and the small teenager to get a Santa photo this year. Not quite sure how Frankie would go either, but I've got Santa photos probably from Ivy was the same age with all 3 kids. Yeah, not sure. I'll have to see if our local shops. Oh, I'm sorry, Bev. I'm busy fussy cutting. I can't fussy cut and read the comments at the same time. Oh, Bev, that's a bit funny. Yeah. And we think when David had a bushier beard, Frankie didn't engage with David as much when he was bushier, and he interacts a lot more with David now. It's all shorter and neat and tidy. So, yeah. But hey, kids for you. Okay, that's 2 done. I'm just going to do this last one because I did do 2 sets. And we shall see where we get to. It is easier to fussy cut when you've got a smaller piece. You can fussy cut directly out of the large piece, but I find it really hard. Actually, my chat is on top chat, not live chat. That might have been why I missed you coming in. I did. You said yes, bubble bath. And you said hello to everyone. I'm so sorry. At least I didn't miss Lisa today. I missed her in about 3 or 4 videos, and I gave her a complex, didn't I? Other Lisa, not Lisa here. One of the other Lisas, because I collect Lisas, I collect Bevs. There are quite a few of you girls, and not necessarily with common names, but I do tend to collect you. I think you do too, Linda, as well. Damn, I'm cutting the wrong one. I wanted the top one. That's okay. I've got a half cut one for later. You collect Margaret's. I knew you collected something, Bev. I mean, Linda, sorry. Because a couple of your Margarets do come over here often and watch my replays. Sometimes live, but they do also watch the replays. Sorry, I've got to get my tongue in the right place for it to work, girls. So what colour green shall I put with this? So I'm not going to put up a poll, but because that would take me away from cutting. But when I have finished this, I'm going to look up, and I'd love to know what colour green you might like me to associate with these cherry cobbler flowers. And I will do some quick die cutting because these little branches and leaves are going to be fairly quick to cut out. I'll use my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I love that. Makes things nice and easy. No, that one's a bit close, but it doesn't matter. Actually, this one is probably the best one out of the lot so far. Let's not jinx myself. But it's very rare that I actually cut an element off. It's just normally I go, oh, it's not an even white the whole way around. That's why I really like die cutting, because you get that beautiful pressed die cut edge, and I just think that's a really, really nice finished look. But I will give you girls a bit of a tip, just as this is always the hardest bit to round, because you've got, see how it just snip it there. Hey Owen, can you wear headphones please?
They're charging.
Okay, well I'm on my live video, mate.
Then close the door.
Well, can you get up and close the door then, because I've got my live video. Okay. Hello, Miss Cindy. Hello, Christine. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so garden, yep, shades of green that we have. Let me, oh, I don't think I have it here. I don't have it printed this year. But let me look on my computer. Oh yes, Linda, we were only saying teenagers earlier. I normally have it printed out, but I haven't done it this year. So, greens that we have Parakeet Party, Lemon Lime Twist, Granny Apple Green, Old Olive Garden Green, Shaded Spruce. And we do have soft sea foam as well. So hopefully you guys know what colours they are. And I'm happy to use a variety. I'm probably happy to use 2 different ones. Okay, I just need a drink, but we do have 3 beautiful poinsettias to use. I'll probably use a gold something in the middle, whether it's a sparkle or a pearl or something like that, we will. So, okay, that's 2 for garden already. I know garden green is a favourite of yours, Monica. Okay, so now I am thinking I maybe, at least for the first card, I will say at least don't want to, oh, these are actually 2 different sizes. Maybe I'll use the big one, but that's upside down, Miss Jane. Actually, I was talking to a Jane this morning. And maybe I want a strip of this, like a column of it going over there, and then this over the top. I was flirting with the idea of using these brushed cards like I did on Tuesday's video, but I'm not sure it'll work for what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking it's maybe a bit too much gold, because this gold paper is very in your face. And then if I put this on this, I'm just thinking you'd lose one or the other, which why when I found this already done, I went, oh, that's perfect. So let's just trim this up, and I think that wood round will give us a lovely, that hasn't got enough texture, or okay, maybe I want to use a 1-inch strip, but this way, and then that way I've got more pattern, where if I cut it this way I've got less pattern. So that's what's going on there. And if I know the height of my card, I probably want it there to start with, and then if I need to cut it down any more, I can. But I think this is pretty good. So we've used the paper, we've used the stamp set, and I've used the dies and embossing folder. Even though we haven't done it right now, we are using it, and we've got the nice pre-blended background. Okay. I think this one at the bottom, this one kind of there, and this one on dimension in the middle. So you kind of got it going in a curve around there. Let's grab down my garden green and see what scraps we've got. Now, I could also use some blending on the edge of this wood round to give it a little more dimension. Hello, Cherie. How are you? Hello, Corinne. Well, I forgot about Mossy Meadow, didn't I, Glenna? Let's just see, because I definitely do have scraps of garden green to use. So that doesn't look too bad, but maybe with the mossy, that would look really, really nice as well, because mossy is in our neutrals family. And let me see those two colours together. That's more, I know it's more on the olive side, but together, layering, I think they'll look really good. No problem, Cindy. I hope you had a great birthday, and I'm glad to hear you are home safe and that Eric is spoiling you by cooking for you already. I love that. So, machine ready. I've only got one plate. Oh no, it fell over. Okay. I'll cut both and we'll see what happens. Okay. Because what's another pass through the machine, hey? Although this one with the berries will be cute in white, and then I could colour the berries with cherry cobbler. Sorry, I'm just grabbing my little spatula. One, two, and might as well cut too many, and then I've got leftovers, or use it up bits, whichever way you want to put it. Okay, nicely pop, rotate that one in there, top plate on. Okay, just starting with garden green. What do you think of this berry idea? I'll just put the die like here, just so you can see it. Lucky that die didn't actually fall to the ground. This doesn't even want to move. There we go. Okay. Let me just drop that one. Now, will this mossy fit? Yes, it will. Now, I use the number 3 plate in the machine as a base plate. I just find it works a little better for me than number 2, the mossy, and all 3 dies. Yeah, maybe mossy will go in better with the cherry cobbler. Oh, make sure that paper isn't hanging off. in the wrong direction. There we go. Everything is still on. A very good idea. Thank you so much, Bev. Boom, boom. There we go. Because I do have white that I can use just sitting here on the desk. Okay. I almost bought a little starfish dish at the chemist today. I'm sure it's a gift-giving idea, but I thought, oh, how cute would that starfish dish look in the craft room? But I did think it was a touch too big. There we go. So let me put these ones back so we don't lose them. And I have this that can go over there, and my white for our little berry. I'm glad you all find Bev so amusing. It is a bit cute, a very good idea. Because I do even have Mossy Meadow blends, so I can make it all work quite nicely. We won't go over the top with any blending, but we can certainly put all the colours that we've used to make them representative. I might even cut two. Okay. Some gold embossing might look nice as well, but I think the foil paper and the gold flower centres, which we'll use an embellishment for, will work really well. But maybe if I wasn't making this in a live video, I might use some of the dottage for Glenna in the middle and heat emboss them. Oh, that's not going through. Here I am, not paying attention. That had already grabbed. So I just want to slot that die back into place. I don't think it was straight. That's better. So much better. Yes, it would. I may do it to the background instead, or I've been using a substitute gold at the moment when I haven't wanted to heat emboss, which is using wild wheat as dots. And the wild wheat has been a wonderful substitute. I'll see if I can find, just put my hand on this card from Tuesday's video. So I used wild wheat stamping on the sentiment as a substitute for gold. And I think that worked quite nicely. It hasn't got the shine, but certainly got the tone. So Tuesday's video is definitely there for you to watch what I did with the brushed gold cards and envelopes. Yes, that's the correct name. It's taken me a while to get that name in my head, I must tell you. I'm looking at this wood round and thinking to myself, I definitely need to do a bit of blending. It's looking a bit flat, even though it does have dimension in it. I'd like it to have a little bit more. So I'm just going to use my mini or small blending brushes here, because that's the box I got down. You like wild wheat. I'm glad you do. Great. awesome. I will commit to that dottage once I have a little bit more of our layout set down. So I just get a little more of just the edge with the small blending brush. So let me grab in our other one, and just for reference, you can already see the difference. So just going in with a second layer just to darken it up just a titch, and I'm actually very, very happy. So huge difference for not much effort, which I love. Okay, so kind of thinking, will this card need a sentiment? It actually may not, because we're using quite a lot on this. I'm going to do some committing here and start sticking some base bits down so we can get working. And I'm actually, oh, I've got an Ellen hair thoroughly stuck in there. Okay, so just using Stampin' Seal here. Often you can see our wet glue through, I've orientated it a bit further up than what I wanted. That is now stuck down, so I have committed. I'm going to commit here as well. I'm not putting anything under this, so I'm definitely looking more. I can never work out which way's up and which way's down. I do like the detail on this edge, and I'm going to scooch it over a fair bit because we're going to want our flowers here, and I don't want to cover up too much of the wood round. So I'm thinking a glue dot because we're putting it onto dimension already, so I want to have something stickier. Oh, I could use multi-purpose glue. I think a glue dot might just work better. And yay for using Use It Up box. I have a confession. Linda already knows this confession. I was going through the Use It Up box while I was on the phone to Linda earlier, and I found so much retired stuff in that box. So much. So I think Miss Ivy is going to get, or the daycare, I don't know which. If Ivy doesn't want it, I'll give it to the daycare. They're going to get a whole lot of cutouts and bits and bobs out of my stash. So they're not exactly in the same place nor on the same orientation, and I will just put a glue dot, a dimensional rather, on this one. Then I can play with these after. I just need to colour. We could keep it white actually. We will see whether you feel once I'm popping things in whether we actually do need colour on that piece. Now, popping this here. Didn't quite want to weave that there, but there we go. So that is our basis. Now I wouldn't mind just seeing how these pop in. So I'm trialing colour as well. So I'm just going to see, oh, definitely the Mossy Meadow. especially when we're using more of the browns. I think the Mossy Meadow will go just perfectly. Yep. Okay, I'm going to commit. I am going to use glue dots on the back of these, and then I'm going to use my scissors as a lever. No, it's not going to work with this one. I know it's stuck to my finger at the moment, but what I do is I tuck in and then I just give it a push. Now, because this is a glue dot, I've probably got a little bit more wiggle room. So I quite like that under, but it's there. You can still see the middle. This one, I think we do need the third, quite possibly. And we shall see if this glue dot wants to come off. So make sure they're on the back, or if you want them a little more dimensional to the flower in front, I could have put that on the front and then stuck it to that dimensionaled flower. Okay. Come. Should be using my scissors, but alas, I'm happy with that one too. And this one here, not sure where I want it. See, because it's a branch, and branches don't normally go down. I don't know. What do you think of that? Let's just go for it. That is fine there. Bye, Linda. Thank you. I shall share the card, don't you worry. Okay. Right. So it can go under just like that. So that has really lifted those flowers. Very happy with that. Now, do we want like this piece like just in there? Do we need that white, or do I colour it in? Because we're kind of going for like a half wreath look really. So I'll leave that there. I'm not going to use these ones. I do have a little use it up pile sitting on my desk at the moment. I do like it, but I'm just not sure. Oh, thank you, Glenna. I'm so glad you like it. But are we liking the white? I'll even come up closer because they're not super moving. Yeah, the white looks good, Christine. I quite like it as well. Leave them white, Bev. Okay. They do give a nice pop, but I could, just for a point of difference, like put it in here. No, then you take away from the flower. Okay, let's go for it. Glue dots. I'm really going to have to roll this one up because the edge of these, the end of these branches are actually quite tiny, which is cute, but should also possibly be working on my silicone mat. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Absolutely, Margine. And I mean, this is a white card base as well. It's just been, sorry, I'll need to concentrate here for a second. Ooh. There we go. I actually don't mind that that's overlapped there a little bit. And let's do this one. So good thing, even though they're mini glue dots, you can make them even minier by just giving it a nice roll. There we go. Did kind of, there we go. We're all unattached. And this one, we're just going to follow the curve of that wood round. I'm just going to use my scissors just to try and shove it in a little bit further. Okay, so I've got those. Sentiment. Do we need a sentiment? Yes, it could be as well. Absolutely, Bev. So I have a Merry Christmas in here. I think it's going to be too long. You can see my stamps, or some of my stamps in this set are very well used. You know what? That Merry Christmas fits beautifully there. I don't know. Or, because this is kind of an all occasion set, which is good. I love that it's an all occasion set. I have used it for many different occasions. Or I can go with my, I could use just Joy. I'll show you where that would fit nicely. Okay, so that's the Merry Christmas. All the Joy can nestle in there. I'm just going to take another drink while I get opinions, because I think both work beautifully. I know, that's what I'm asking. I like Joy. Okay. I thought the Joy fitted in, and because, you know, a whole Ellen thing, because it's handwritten, I don't actually need to have it straight. So if it's off a little bit, it'll look okay. So am I stamping this in wild wheat? Wild wheat, cherry cobbler, what do you think? Which way do you think we should go? Oh, right, Bev, yes. I just think it nestles in so beautifully there. In the bottom corner. Yep. Okay, yeah, directly onto the card. I wasn't putting it onto anything in wild wheat. Okay. So I've picked that up. I'm using a much larger block than what I normally do, so I've got vision of all the other sentiments. Now, I am going to test this first onto our scrap paper so we can kind of have a look at the colour. So it's like a try before we buy. Because you've got to think we're still adding. And you know what? If it doesn't look good, I can stamp it again. And then like have it as an offset in cherry cobbler or something. That looks good. I'm actually happy that it's not like in your face. It's just there. And it actually tones in really nicely with both the gold and the crumb cake. it will dry off as well. Just trying to get that gold to flare for you. There you go. Okay, so let's have a look at sentiments. How are we going for time? An hour on one card. That sounds about right. I think we might leave it at one card today. We've had, I've done a lot of hand cutting, but I can definitely bring out all these bits again in another card. So don't knock over your water. That would be very, very helpful. So gold stars aren't going to work. Iridescent pearls, no. Okay, so I have the... I know I haven't forgotten your dottage, Glenna. So don't worry, I've still got that to go. Good night, Corinne. Thanks for dropping by. So I do have the gold in those, but I also have green. Now these are actually Mossy Meadow. These are the speckled dots. I'm actually maybe changing my mind here just a little bit. So I've got brush gold, which is gold but a different texture. I think I threw all my gold ones from the other day in the back. I don't want to use sequins, but I do have lots of gold sequins I could use. I think these ones are maybe a little bright and will compete with the foil. So these are the blooming pearls. They go with the modern garden suite. I do have the sparkle ones that I used on Tuesday. I do have the brush metallic, which I'd only use like one in the center. So I think maybe that, and maybe a couple of green ones spotted around. So let me go here. I'm just going to move that stamp. I do kind of have a feeling I was going to put my elbow in it or something. Come on. So just one in the center. So that then brings the gold to this side of the card. So that I feel is now balanced. So these are the brushed metallic dots. So you've got your more of a bronze, a copper and a gold. So not going to use the festive pearls. Can put those back. I did need to grab out our dottage and just pop a little bit around. Okay, do just need a block. So once again, using a bigger one so I can nestle it in here and see what I'm doing. Can I add dottage or do I leave it? I promised Glenna dottage. Will Glenna forgive me if I don't do dottage? I'm surprised you didn't use the stop sign emoji, Bev. Glenna, I know you're saying perfect. Glenna, will you forgive me if I don't use dottage? Because this... Oh, thank you, Christine. I'm so glad you're live as well. I do enjoy talking to you on the replays. But, yeah, no more embellishments, just dottage. Okay, thank you. So, even though these tone in beautifully, right, okay, dottage for Glenna. Oh, I want to. Just in a few places, so nothing crazy. I mean, I am crazy, but nothing crazy today. I may even just do some stamped off dottage, just so it's there, but it's not, because this is definitely meant to be dottage as a flower center, so they're quite clustered together as such. Now I'm going to lift this flower, just put some in there, so then you see it just under that flower. So I've got 1, 2, 3 at the moment. I am liking it just stamped off because it's there, but it's not. I'm leaving it there, unless we need to put some on the other side. Oh, thank you, Ramona. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm calling it done. We have some dottage, just a little bit. Scissors closing this. It adds lightness. Thank you, Bev. Well, a lot of the work for today's card was already done for us, because I'll put these away as well, because I raided my use it up box, and I already had, I don't know where my stuff is now. Let me just take 2 seconds to pop some things away that don't need to be on my desk. Okay, so I already had, and I don't know where the other one is, a wood round. I already had the wood rounds from the Tree Rings hybrid. Here they are. Here's a big one. That's one I was looking for. So I already had the wood round. I got that out of my use it up box. I also got out this card base. So this card base already had the blending with the blending brush on it. So what we have added today are the Ringed with Nature poinsettias and our dottage. I used the Brightest Glow stamp set for the Joy, which just slotted in perfectly. I used the Brush Metallic dots just on each of those to draw across the gold, and the Wild Wheat then hints at the gold as well. And we used the Joyful Specialty paper. So I used the Joyful Specialty paper in Tuesday's video, and I used 3 of the patterns. This is the 4th that I used a strip of it to tie in the wood on the page. So I'm really happy with that. Thank you, girls, for your suggestions. Oh, thank you so much for the thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please also make sure you are subscribed. I do upload I have one live video, which is my Thursday video. I upload a replay of my Facebook Live, so you get a video on Tuesday, and I have other ones, Christmas Stampathon, and I'm also in the Night Angels video hop every month. So they're just the ones that I'm committed to, and the Christmas Stampathon every month. And then there are odds and ends that go up during the month at times as well. So thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, please ask. That's what I'm here for. And if you would like to shop these products, I do have the shop link below. I hope you girls and guys have an amazing weekend, and I shall catch you next time. Bye.